This is a story about how an unexpected emergency leads to progress and innovation in city government. My name is Quinn. I'm the director of 311. The city of Philadelphia employs 28,000 people and serves 1.5 million customers. Now, you call 911 for emergencies such as a crime in progress or a fire. You contact 311 for non-emergencies. Who do you call to report graffiti on a wall? Who do you call to report an abandoned vehicle on a block? Who do you call when your next door neighbor moves out of their apartment and dumps a bag of trash on the street? Those and many more, 311. Last year, those requests totaled more than 300,000, and in a typical year, we handle 1.2 million interactions. Half of those coming from the mobile application and the other half coming from the contact center. So on a related note, I'd like to take this opportunity and use this platform to talk to you about one of life's big lessons that I've learned. Well, at least in Philadelphia. If Monday is a holiday, your trash will be delayed one day and picked up on Tuesday. You're welcome. Now, given the nature of 311 being open and accessible to the customers of the city of Philadelphia, the employees are considered essential employees. That means regardless of the weather or other unforeseen circumstances, they're required to be at the office under all normal operating hours. Now, obviously, this can be a challenge for staff, but we understand that we're the vital connector to the customers of the city of Philadelphia. Now, last year, this was tested when a fire broke out at the district attorney's office across the street from City Hall. The alarms went off at City Hall, and we moved to our emergency location. And then 15 minutes passed, and then 30 minutes passed. Information began to trickle in. We found out that there was an electrical fire underneath City Hall, and City Hall would be closed for an undetermined amount of time. Now, obviously, this left us with potentially thousands of customers not getting access to city services at best. Those thousands of customers are about to flood 911 at worst. Prior to this emergency, I felt very confident in our emergency plans. We would move to our alternative location, we would set up shop, and we would be operating as normal. But under these circumstances, we had no alternative location, and we had 1 hour to make a decision. So our options are becoming limited. Now, I'm sure some of you in the audience may know where this is going. We made a decision in the best interest of the customers, but which runs contrary to local city government. We would stay open and operational by all employees working from home. Now, I understand this may not sound completely revolutionary or innovative to you, but let me be clear. This is not standard operating procedure for local city governments. Local governments struggle to see this as a viable employee benefit. And to be fair, local governments look to the federal level for guidance. And at the federal level, half of the employees are eligible to work from home. Except the federal government struggles to quantify this employee benefit. So what happened? The quality of calls improved, and the quantity of calls we took increased during the time the staff worked from home. Now, our mission is to provide world-class customer service while providing this essential service. We use a variety of metrics to track customer satisfaction. During the time the staff worked from home, we saw a 20% increase in the amount of times customers were willing to wait on the line to provide us with kudos. The quality of calls also increased. We can see that listening to the call recordings and using our quality metrics. And finally, we were able to answer 190 more calls on average per day. And we were more efficient at responding to our other platforms, email, mobile application, and the web application. But not only did the contact center metrics improve, staff morale went up. Naya says, there was 5 great benefits I found from working from home. I got to sleep in a little bit. Didn't have to deal with traffic aggravation. Didn't miss the bus. It was a comfortable environment. It was great to be home when my kid got home from school. Who wouldn't love working from home? Aisha said, "It's great that management gave me the opportunity to work from home. It made me feel like a more dependable and efficient employee." And Cindy said, "Being able to wake up, start my day, had a real impact on my mood." So during this emergency, we were able to maintain normal operations, and our performance and customer service improved. Not only were we able to perform our jobs, staff felt better about how they were doing them, they treated the customers better. Now, I knew it was success because the customers never even knew about it. Now, many businesses have emergency plans, but those aren't to innovate or improve. Those are to maintain normal operations. So my question to you, and the one that this experience has taught me to constantly ask as a leader, is how do we create the conditions of an emergency? The kind that let us take risks, innovate, and shift culture without the actual emergency itself. Now, I wouldn't wish an actual emergency on any of you, but creating the conditions of urgency and necessity are powerful tools for us, no matter what business or profession we're in. Now, I would propose the first thing we need to do is break our own mold. As leaders, we spend a lot of time dealing with policies, procedures, doing what we think is in the best interest of the business. But we need to seek out opportunities to break our own molds, to completely reinvent, reimagine routine processes. We need to ask ourselves and our colleagues, let's make these systems better, all the while knowing you can always revert back to the existing processes. It's the power of possibility. We can also train ourselves that employees will rise to a change of plan or circumstances, and then acknowledge them and reward them when they do. Now, as humans, we can actually think people will be imperfect, people will be human. Headlines might even make you believe that people will be selfish, take advantage of the situations. But if you've ever experienced an actual emergency, you know that you can generally trust those around you to rise to the occasion. It's imperative that management creates a culture where employees can make these critical decisions in the best interest of the business. Now, I wouldn't wish an actual emergency on any of you or your businesses. I would encourage you to create your own fires, the kind that spark you and your colleagues to iterate, to innovate, to improve in ways you hadn't intended or imagined. Thank you.